Alrighty, it's late afternoon for the faller. It's about 11:30 on this day. We're in basically May 2024, so the very end of April. Honorable mention, completely bone stock. I swore I'd never take a stock saw off the landing, but in the name of science, because we're testing, prototype testing, and I didn't have a zipped 500i because I wanted to save this one out for dealing with some saw testing and have it be just stock. The proposition from Mr. Maxflow came up. We were doing some flow bench testing months ago. He kind of started talking about this version of air cleaner, and lo and behold, here we are. We're doing some saw testing with it. So I'm going to run that thing for a couple of days, maybe 3 days, swap it out, save it out for him, and then he'll be able to do some flow bench testing to see how that thing compares to the stock air cleaner element. Now, I ported the muffler on this thing as if I was going to zip this saw. I think it's got a little bit too much flow going on as far as alleviating the exhaust. This thing sounds like it's running a little too free for the stock version, if you will. And we have this pretty good sized fir tree. They're actually really tall. Down here in the bottom, you can see they're really tall. I'm going to put the back cut in first, and why we do the back cut first is essentially, sorry, excuse me, if a tree's leaning back a little bit and you put the back cut in first, it allows that tree to set back even a little bit more. So essentially, but you can stop it with the wedges, so to speak. So like if you just keep sawing, it'll just set back a little bit, it'll set back a little bit. But the problem is if you had a tree that was leaning back a little bit and then you put the face in, when you start sawing the back cut, that wants to let it actually move a lot more toward the back where you don't want it. So essentially you're stopping the movement. So you put the back cut in first because it'll come back a little bit, but not usually too much. Depends on how the tree is leaning when it's standing there initially. This one's back a little bit, but not too bad. I think I can get it with wedges easy enough. So that's what we're going to do, and that's the concept. You take the back cut, you put it in first, you stop any rearward movement with the wedges immediately right out of the gate, so that tree's just stationary. It's the same thing as if you're going to jack a tree. The prudent thing to do is not put the face in and then try to put the jack seat in if you know you're going to have to jack the tree. It's the same concept. You don't want that tree going back any further then it's already leaning conceptually. It makes it harder to lift. That's what you're working with. All right, so I got some of my old comp. I found a loop for this 32-inch bar of my old comp Windsor chain. It was already sharpened. I don't have any idea when that was. That thing, I was hiding out in my shop, so probably going to give this stock saw a run for its money. Now we did an overhand or farmers mostly because it's going to be easier to work with as far as dealing with the wedging. If a guy was to make a face up this high, then the wedging becomes a problem. And also I thought if I have to jack that thing, I got my wedges kind of off to the side just a fuzz. I'll be able to maneuver a jack in on that far side. We got a little bit of a tilt in that face to help pull it over this way a little bit. That big fir up there, it goes. I'm not sure about that big one or not. We won't brush that one up too bad, but we would put the hurt on that one pretty good. Now we watched that oak push on that fir tree. I'm thinking it kind of helped with the process, but we got it up above that lower one that's marked, so that was a good thing. Okay, we're gonna stop for a second and we're looking at these redwood limbs. That is from that tree right there, or more aptly those trees. And like a moron, I didn't remember to check the distance. I thought we were a little less than 46 feet. Now we heard this thing break. At least I'm hoping that you heard it break. You can see there was a little bit of a crown. Old growth and monkey business, if you will. Now why we're taking that thing right there is because it's in the middle of the road line. We'll have to take that small one out too. Okay, we ended up with 4 pretty nice long logs out of that thing. And there's probably a 20 laying down over the bank in there. I'll have to get in there and deal with that at another point. I don't want to run out of gas with the 500 gas hog eye. I'm doing okay with pulling that 32. You can hear it struggling a little bit, especially when you're underbucking and pulling on it pretty hard, but it doesn't do too bad if you just let it sing. You know, when you're on the stump, it was doing okay. And then we watched how that was so much easier to wedge up the hill once we had like basically stopped it from moving back. Now we see this tree right here. It's going to have to go up somewhere too. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to go like straight up the line or not and try to plow through those because the ground drops off over there into another hole. So we're going to be over here peeling some of those trees up just in case. Saw's running pretty good, clearly. Part of it has to do with the bolt-on performance max flow air cleaner system. that hides under the stock cover now. Well, this is a total prototype right there. It'll be a while before it's in production. So anyway, thanks for watching this session. Have a blessed day, wherever you might be on his sunny earth.